Yep, we're back with another Virtual Console review, and brace yourself, because this time we're going to play Hudson's China Warrior for the TurboGrafx 16. The title screen pretty much gives us all the information we're going to need to know about the game. We're going to be kicking butt in China, and playing as a Bruce Lee knockoff. Now, the game actually plays a bit like Irem's classic arcade game Kung Fu Master, which was retitled simply Kung Fu when it was ported to the NES. But all the characters in China Warrior were much larger than anything ever seen on home consoles at the time, and they are quite solidly animated. And I think both of those were the key selling points for the game when it was originally released in Japan. Did I say key selling points? I probably should rephrase that. As it turns out, unfortunately, the impressive graphics are pretty much the only thing this game has going for it. So, where do I start? The controls for the game aren't as responsive as you would expect from a Bruce Lee look-alike. When you're standing, your punches and kicks work fine, even though they do take a little longer than they should. The real problem with the controls, though, is how limited they are. There are 5 attacks: a punch, a kick, a straight jump kick, a leaping jump kick, and a crouching punch. Why are there no punches in the air, or no crouching kicks? I guess this Bruce Lee knockoff didn't finish his training course. Working with a limited set of moves isn't necessarily the end of the world if the game uses them well, but China Warrior definitely doesn't. The game also pits you against a very limited variety of enemies as well. You've got the rogue guys, and then you've got rocks, spears, flying insects, and the occasional wooden crutch from poor Tiny Tim. Beat up enough of these things and you'll run into the boss. The boss fights are particularly agonizing because your jump moves are entirely useless, and so it becomes a game of choosing a punch or a kick and hoping it was the right one to hit your opponent. The first boss is actually pretty easy, as you can just get him into a corner and press kick over and over again and you'll win. The second boss is the same guy again, but he's not quite such a pushover. And of course, once you beat him, it's time to go to the next level and do the same thing all over again. Punching rogue guys, kicking insects, dodging rocks, the whole bit. Now of course, anytime you're hit, you lose health, which doesn't regenerate between rounds, but there are ways to get it back. Unfortunately, it seems to be quite random. Sometimes when you defeat an enemy, you'll see "Power Up" flash on the screen and you'll get a few bars of health. Doesn't appear to be the same enemy every time, so just try and get them all and hope you get lucky. Other times, something that reminds me of a pack of cigarettes will float slowly by at the top of the screen and you'll get health by doing a jump kick. That's a subliminal message if I ever heard one. Kick your cigarette habit. It's good for your health. Sure, it's true, but we don't really need it in our video games. The further you go in the game, it becomes less about reflexes and more about memorization. Things start coming at you really fast, and you're going to need to be in just the right place to have any hope of hitting or dodging them. Watching the attract mode play through one of the later stages gives you a bit of a taste of what you have to look forward to if you can ever get past the first area. Personally, I've gotten to area 1-3. And the best part? There's no continues. So due to the extremely high difficulty of the boss battles, the almost required memorization in the later stages, and a complete lack of continues, China Warrior will be a game most people, including myself, probably will never finish. So, is it worth the 600 Wii points? Only for the most die-hard fans of fake Bruce Lees. Everyone else should stay away. Far, far away. And even for you fake Bruce fans, just wait for Super Street Fighter 2 to get your fix.